And good evening and welcome to another edition of The Way We See It. I'm Ralph Williams, and coming up right now on the screen here is Bill Canatta. Billy, welcome to the program.
Thank you, brother, for always having me. Hey, guys. Hello, everybody. To the Mooch, Mini Mooch. The Mini Mooch. Mooch, happy birthday to you. Happy 19th birthday to my middle daughter.
There you go.
Yes. What's going on, people?
Huh? Is she 19 already?
19, yes, sir. Yep.
Wow.
Well, the Mini Mooch just had hers March the 4th. So
wow.
March the 4th. Emily's the 25th, and Meg's June 2nd.
Wow.
Meg's going to be 29. Meg's going to be 29.
Wow.
I know I'm an old man, but somebody got to do, somebody got to get bald and fatter. What the hell? Got to do it. So I'll take that role.
Oh, man. I'll tell you a little story about something. Interesting.
What's up?
I had before we get started here, I'll tell you this little story before I forget. But we had I had this woman who I used to transport back and forth to the airport. She was a flight attendant, right?
Okay.
And she says, "Oh, I'm having trouble finding a decent guy in Pittsburgh." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Well, what's wrong?" She said, "They're all 40 years old, drunk, fat, and bald, and live at home."
Oh shit! Well,
that's what she. Honest to God, that's what she said, Bill. She said that. She says, she says, "I'm having some trouble finding a decent," and then she finally found a boyfriend, and she said he was from out of town, but he was living here in Pittsburgh, and she said she couldn't find a local person.
You didn't know? Your ass
you better call somebody. Call your friend, call your cousin. Get them on the phone here.
Let's go. Right. Get it going, man.
Get them on here, commenting and watching this program right here every Monday night, 7 p.m. The way we see it. Me, Ralph Williams, and Bill Canatta. All right.
Good people.
Yes, indeed. We're going to get started here in just a moment. And then we're in the Mata Heating and Air Conditioning Studios, 724-201-0500. Call Mata Heating and Air Conditioning today. You ought to call Mata. Also, some great news today, Bill. I spoke to another new company, and they're going to redo my website for me.
Okay.
And we worked out some kind of an arrangement. So there we are with that.
Awesome.
I'm going to let everyone know, and as soon as I get the information from them, they're going to become part of the sponsors of this show, of these shows. So,
awesome, brother. Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I had to get rid of the other company. And then listen to this. So the guy calls me today from this new company, right? And he says, "Well, I called that guy from the other company, and he was disappointed in losing you." I said, "Well, I fired him." I says, "It's not the matter of losing him. I fired him." And then he asked me, he said, "Well, why'd you fire him?" I said, "Well, because I asked him to do some things. He didn't do them. So I fired him." I said, "You're done." You know what I mean? The arrangement was you were supposed to do this, this, and this. And I got sponsors that might want to put button advertising on my website. And, I go send him the stuff, and he put it up. So, I mean, I can't afford to lose money because of him.
Bragging his feet, brother. Hurting everybody.
Yeah, and then I fired my advertising guy because, remember, he wasn't doing his job. I fired him. And then, I says, take his name off my website as a contact for advertising, right? It's still there. And I told him to do that in January. It's still there. How does it take 2 months to take somebody's name off of you know what I mean?
Let's drag our ass a little bit longer. That's what they're doing, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I just I got rid of them, and I hired another company, and we were able to work out a trade agreement today, and it's all set.
Maybe I'll talk to him too. Absolutely.
I mean, it's ridiculous around here anymore.
Oh, it is. I totally agree with you, brother. I'm gonna have to see what. Maybe I'll talk to him about doing a website for me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and the rates aren't bad. I mean, but it's ridiculous. It's horrible that people do these kind of things. Don't do their job and then say, "Well, I'm disappointed in losing them." Well, you're disappointed because there's no disappointment there. I fired you.
Absolutely.
Bottom line, you're fired. Absolutely. I mean, you don't do your job, you're fired. Bill, I don't have time to play games with people.
No.
And that's just, and I'm tired of people trying to play games with me.
Brother, business is business, man. You really don't have time to drag your feet. If you have time to drag your feet, then you got time to be lazy. And if you got time to be lazy, you might just stay home and don't do anything.
Well, I get it that last year toward the end of last year around the holidays. He had some personal issues. A couple members of his family died. I
Okay.
get it. Okay, but we're going into March now. And I mean, and I asked for work to be done. I expect it to be done based on what we agreed on,
2024,
So,
here it is.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So,
Wow.
all right, let's get started with the show here. I'm in a pretty good mood today, so let's get this going here. All right. Our Chinese wisdom is this: a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one small step.
Hey,
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one small step. So that's
absolutely.
our Chinese wisdom today here on The Way We See It with me, Ralph Williams, Bill Canatta. We're here every Monday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter X platforms. This afternoon, I had to put my other show on, Ralph's Opinion, on at 2 o'clock because I had to take I had to take my wife to the doctor appointment. I had some things to do in the morning, and I had to go with my mother over to a couple places around here. So I didn't have the time to put it on 11 o'clock. So I decided to put it on at 2 o'clock today. So I
Gotcha.
want to apologize to everybody who thought it was on 11 o'clock and it was on at 2 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So remember back to school, he says, tell him to cancel that class at 11 o'clock. Tell him to make it 2 o'clock.
I
He said, tell him
remember.
to make it 2 o'clock.
I love it.
Tell him to
I
make
love
it 2
it.
o'clock. And you know what, though, Bill? Before we get started, man, this weekend wasn't bad for movies. I mean, there were some good movies on this weekend. I mean,
I definitely. Yeah,
Last
she
Time to Richmond High, there was a few good movies on this
okay.
weekend. Yeah,
Okay.
not bad.
She has to
Yeah.
make her appearance tonight here, folks.
Oh, absolutely.
Coco.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about the NCAA basketball tournament, a little bit about Duquesne. They got blown out the other night by Illinois, or last week, or over the weekend on Saturday by Illinois. But they still put up a good fight to get where they were. And Keith Danbrock goes out a winner, and that's good for him and the town. But what's not good is when the NCAA is here and our city looks disgusting. So, I mean, and that's where we're going to talk about that tonight. And I'm blasting the city for that tonight, as well as every week. I think we just about blast the city for just about everything, in the course of a week. So, and then we're going to talk about our week ahead that we had, you and I both had, our weeks. And then I keep forgetting to ask you about the driving segment. I mean, you drive more than I do, but still. Oh, I'll tell you a good one. Pulling out of the Wendy's on West Liberty Avenue today. Now, first of all, I saw a commercial for Wendy's where they were having 2 for 2s.
Oh,
I think you get 2 singles for 2, and I think it's 2 doubles for 4.
Oh.
So Rhonda and I stopped in. We're going to get a burger. The guy at the drive-thru told me, no, they don't. They never had a special like that. I said, you're full of baloney. I said, because it's on TV. So I said false advertisement. So we pulled away because, first of all, the line was long because the McDonald's was closed up on West Liberty. They're having construction, so they were closed. And so everybody went to Wendy's, or was going to Wendy's there. And so we pulled out because, I'm low on funds right now, so we didn't have a lot of money to spend. So I found a gift card that I still had $12 on. I stopped there. We were going to get a couple, small burgers or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
absolutely.
told me the special wasn't going on. I wasn't going to argue with him because I'm tired of arguing with people.
Absolutely.
But I said false advertising. I said, because why would Wendy's put that commercial on there and then you go ahead and tell me that isn't happening?
So
Okay.
is it actually happening then?
I would imagine. I mean, it's on the TV, unless Wendy's screwed up and or the broadcasting company screwed up and put it on the radio. Because I'm going to tell you a little story here. I don't normally do this very often, only when I'm desperate. I was listening to KDK over the weekend, and they were playing an old commercial about what was it? It was about a giveaway somewhere, and they were giving away ticket. Oh, they were opening up a Dunkin' Donuts on Curry Hollow Road, up there by where the Value City used to be.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah. I got
They were opening up a Dunkin' Donuts up there, and they opened it March 20th was their opening day. They were still airing that commercial, and they said if you come by, they were giving away one free donut, and you and put your name in to win Tim McGraw tickets for Tim McGraw.
Okay.
In June. And
Coke.
so what had happened was, I said to myself, well, they're playing the wrong commercial. So I'm thinking maybe Wendy's ended this thing and the commercial was still playing. You know what I mean? Because how do you go to a Wendy's and the guy tells you it's not there and you don't see no signs up, you don't see anything up there, you know?
Yeah, because the reason why I asked you, there's one right across the street here, and hey,
Yeah.
there, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. Coach, you got to sit
Yeah.
down. Jeez, oh man, she's too
Yeah.
much. I don't
And
want
I
this.
think sometimes too, Bill, they do those at participating Wendy's.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that one wasn't participating. You know what I mean? You know.
I got you.
So, but
Well,
anyway.
she wants to be loved, folks. She wants to be on, and she wants to be loved.
Hey, you know what? My dog does that, but it's too bad he don't want to be on the air here with me. He couldn't sit here with me all this time.
Yeah, this one, I don't know. She comes up here and that's it. Now she's done. She's gonna go lay down.
All right. Now let's get into our blast segment here. And once again, I'm blasting County Council. And I'll tell you in just a second here as soon as I move some things around. Allegheny County Council's lawsuit. I'm blasting them tonight for their lawsuit, blasting the judge who let this lawsuit proceed. Okay. In case you don't know, spearheaded by Big Mouth Bethany Hallam, has decided that they're going to sue Rich Fitzgerald, the former county executive, because him and Judge Kimberly Clark pushed through legislation to open up Schumann Center and give the contract to Adelphoi. Okay. County Council is upset because they didn't consult with them.
Here we go.
Okay. So here we are again, everybody. And again, those of you who watch this program know that I don't like progressive Democrats anymore because all the things that they've done have been a detriment to this city, the county, and the state, and the federal government. Okay. So here, or our country, so to speak. So here we are. With Big Mouth Bethany decided with the agreement of certain council members to file a lawsuit against Rich Fitzgerald, the former county council, the county executive's office, or former county executive, the current county executive's office, and also to Kimberly Clark for pushing through this thing for Schumann Center and the Adelphoi contract. Now, the judge said it can proceed. I'm blasting this judge tonight because I think this is out of control. I don't know who the judge is because they haven't revealed who it was. All they said was it was a judge. Okay. All right. I don't know who the judge is. Probably a progressive Democrat, just like the rest of them. So
more likely, yeah, probably, absolutely.
Oh yeah, and I'm blasting Slippery Rock University tonight. They'll be ashamed of themselves. Lack of housing.
Oh,
okay, for their students, and they got 3, 4, 5 kids staying in a small dorm room because they don't have enough room there. Now if you knew you were going to have all these kids here, maybe put up tents or something or do something. Put them up. Now I heard now Slippery Rock got egg on their face. They got to go buy hotel space, which they don't know if they can even get. Okay. They got to buy hotel rooms like they did for COVID. And they got to put some of these kids up in hotel rooms because they're not getting along with the current kids that they're staying in the dorm with. Okay. Most dorm rooms, 2 people stay in them?
Probably. I mean, they're small.
And there's some classrooms now I heard that they're shutting down and making them into big rooms for all these kids.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, and yeah, constructing them into dorm rooms. Shame on you, Slippery Rock. That's why I'm blasting you tonight. Next, the Rivers Casino and the state police.
Here we go.
Conversation. We're going to talk a little later about this as our key topic. I want to know where the state police get off on trying to charge a man who found $5,000 on the floor in the casino that was dropped by a guy who's going to be on our boneheaded segment tonight, who lost it out of his pocket because he had the $5,000 loosely in his pocket and it fell on the floor. Somebody like me who was handicapped or whatever in a scooter. Okay. I don't know if it was the casino scooter or if it was their own scooter, but they were in a power wheelchair, a power scooter. And they came up and scooped it up off the floor. And now the state police want to charge this person. I think that's wrong. I think Rivers Casino is greedy. And I think, they're completely out of control because of what's been going on down there. There's been a rash with employees. And we'll talk about that later.
That's a little bit out of control, man. I'm sorry.
That's out of control. And I think the state police ought to be ashamed of themselves. I think Rivers Casino, who made what is it? They made close to almost, I think, $387 million or $837 million last year around this quarter, plus more, whatever they made throughout the rest of the year, around this quarter last year. $837 million, and you're going to complain about a guy who finds five grand. So now if I go to the casino, Bill, and a quarter falls on the floor, I'm not allowed to pick it up. I'll be charged with theft.
There it is. Yeah, for a quarter. There you go.
I'll be charged with theft. All right. That's the way we see it tonight. The teenagers in Homestead that caused a fight at the Valero store last night. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, these teenagers, for causing a big ruckus fight at the Valero on 8th Avenue last night. That's a shame. And people can't shop in peace, can't nothing. So
can't get gas or anything. I gotta get
nothing at all.
I tell
you know, gotta act like degenerates. What have we said before? Parroting. Here it is.
Yeah, exactly.
An example of it right there. Well, we'll talk about that later too, because some people were interviewed on the news. Now, one guy makes sort of an interesting point, but that's still not going to help. Okay, City of Pittsburgh 311. Shame on you for not taking it seriously when a dog got electrocuted on the bridge over in Greenfield. Greenfield Bridge. A man was walking his dog across the bridge, and it walked on one of them steel metal plates. It wasn't marked, so they didn't know what it was. Walked right over it, and boom, dog got electrocuted and died. 311 didn't take it serious. They didn't send the police. They didn't send a city worker, nothing over there immediately to take care of the problem. So finally, you know how the city is. They like to pass the buck. They decided to pass the buck and found out it belonged to Duquesne Light, and there were some open wires in there that electrocuted against the steel. So now Duquesne Light's supposed to send a tech over there, or the city's supposed to send an electrical engineer over there tomorrow, and they're supposed to tie up the wires or put caps on them or whatever they do with them. Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. I mean, I know. I mean,
there's our city government at work again, Bill.
Oh yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, if somebody else walked over there without like rubber soles or something, they could get electrocuted well, because that's insulation that we have with the rubber soles. But can you imagine if a person would have done that? I mean, a dog, poor dog. Gosh, I tell you what, these people.
And it was open wires that hit the steel when he and boom,
Unreal, man. What the hell? What are these people doing, man? That's what I like. What is going on?
And I'm blasting 311, the mayor's office in the city for this. This is ridiculous.
Then you send nobody over there checking anything out until what? A couple of days later or whatever you're telling me now?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Man, oh man.
Yeah. And the owner said of the dog, and I felt bad for him because he's an elderly guy. He's a vet, and I felt bad for him. And he goes, well, I just wish that the city would have took this a little more serious. And that's the truth. They didn't take it serious at all. And look what happened. So all right. I want to blast tonight PBM. Those of you who don't know who PBM is, and I'm going to tell you who they are the middlemen between small drugstores, big drugstores, and the pharmaceutical companies. PBM has been shortchanging the little guy, the small drugstores. And you know what's happening? They're going out of business. So PBM, I'm blasting you tonight because you're not giving these people enough money to survive. They're paying $260,000, for example, for scripts, and only being compensated $30 or $100 or $1,000. Okay, all right, and this is why they have to go out of business. And later on, I'll have some statistics for you in our key topics tonight in regards to that. But that's our blast segment tonight for you. All right, when we come back after these words, we're going to get started with our bonehead, ridiculousness, and a whole lot more. All coming right up. We'll be right back right after these words. Hello, Ralph Williams here for DJ Fun. DJ Fun, FUN, is a party and special event DJ. He will DJ your party and will play any genre of music you wish. Call DJ Fun today at 412-990-8448. That number again, 412-990-8448. DJ Fun for the best party DJ and affordable prices. DJ Fun. Draft412.com is a website that provides you with all of the best information about any draft, NHL, Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, any kind of draft. 412.com has an e-magazine delivered to your inbox for $9 a month. And also they give you all the skinny and on all the athletes and also podcasts. Draft412.com. All right, we're back here at the way we see it, Ralph Williams, Bill Canatta. And so anyway, let's get started with our boneheaded segment here. The driver who works for a food delivery company who took a picture of himself eating food from clients who didn't tip. And the fool, the goofball, actually, this is a bonehead. He goes and he takes pictures of it and posts it on social media. He says, this is what happens when you don't tip. And he was eating out of their food boxes. So if you order, let's say, for instance, you call Grubhub and you ordered food from Long John Silver's and you're supposed to have a dozen shrimp and you're short a couple because he was pissed at you because you didn't tip. You know, hey, that's what these food people are doing now. That's what they're doing now. And you know what's funny? The people aren't tipping because they can't afford to. Because of the food cost, the delivery fees, by the time it gets down to the tip, they don't have it. So, you know, and now these drivers, because they don't get tipped, they're getting frustrated. And now they're starting to do stupid things with people's food. Hey, you never know. They might have picked their butt, their nose,
exactly.
On your food.
You don't know.
You know.
That's why I buy my stuff at the store. Cook it here. They are ridiculous. Unreal. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
What a bunch of idiots. Oh.
Yeah. All right. The woman who burned her house down today in Arlington, who was burning palms.
What? Oh my.
She got her palms, her palms from Sunday service, and then decided to burn them in her yard or burn them in her house. Caught her house on fire. That was a boneheaded move.
There we go.
All right. Squatters who tried in LA to stay at a house and went and posted stuff on social media, and the city home inspector came and got them packing.
Wow.
So, all right. That's our boneheaded segment here, unless I find some more here. Let me see what we got.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I had a lot to do today, and I didn't get a chance to do the last minute work I needed to do.
Brother, life. You got to take care of life too, And
that's right.
Everything got to be taken care of it. So, you got a wife, mom, and everybody. You don't want to take them everywhere. So yeah, you got to take care of that. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So,
let's
see here.
Yeah,
that's about it right now. Yeah, that's it. It was kind of quiet this week. I was actually quite surprised. I guess all the knuckleheads decided to stay home. So,
It sounds like it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all our boneheaded segment tonight for you right here on The Way We See It. We're going to do our ridiculousness, take another break, and then we're going to get into our key topics for tonight. We have a whole lot of them, a lot to talk about. Ridiculousness. Here, this affects you and your kids. Actually, it don't, but Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, is trying to pass legislation that any kid under 14 in Florida is not allowed to be on social media.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Good luck with that.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous. I mean, how in the world are you going to get these kids not to be on social media? How? What? The parents don't care. No. So what makes you think they're going to care with this law? What are you going to do? Have social media companies buy special things that say this kid lives in Florida?
So
other than what they tell you on the media. Yeah. What's that?
I mean, people are going to get around that. Come on, people. That's the dumbest thing ever. That's stupid.
That's why you dropped out of the presidential race.
Well, there you go. I would too. You come up with something like that. That's dumb. I mean, come on. Yeah, that doesn't affect my kids. My kids are older now, but still, 14 years old. People are going to find out how to get around that stuff like they always do.
Yeah.
Make any sense. Not one bit of sense.
No, not at all. Not at all. None whatsoever. I mean, it's just, some people like Ron DeSantis and some of these legislatures and all that, they don't have nothing better to do with their time than to be doing stuff like that.
All right. In the world would ever possess somebody even to think about that like that?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, when we come back after these words, key topics right after this. Ralph Williams here today to let you know that I am handicapped. I'm in a wheelchair, and I will not deny it.
But I've had some recent inconveniences lately. So you know what I did? I went out and I reached out to foldandtravelmobility.com. Foldandtravelmobility.com has some of the best folding power wheelchairs. Look, do you not go to certain events because you can't get there or you can't make it because you need a folding power wheelchair to put in your vehicle? Well, guess what? Foldandtravelmobility.com has the right model for you. Get in touch with them today. Foldandtravelmobility.com. Get on the phone, 1-877-GOTFOLD, foldandtravelmobility.com, 1-877-GOTFOLD. Let the experts help you get into a folding power wheelchair. Don't be sad. Be glad. Let your life get back in order. Foldandtravelmobility.com. Let me talk to you today about the original Hometown Pizza in Moon Township, right on University Boulevard. They have some of the best pizza you'll ever have. 412-264-4444. Call for takeout, delivery, or eat in. Go to the original Hometown Pizza today. Mention my name, Ralph Williams, and you will get a discount on your bill. Hometown Pizza, Moon Township, some of the best of the original Hometown Pizza. Let me talk to you here today about Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. 724-2010-500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. They have the best technicians to handle your furnace, air conditioner, UV lighting, snow melt, much, much more. Call them today, 724-2010-500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. You can also catch them on Facebook at Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Mata, you oughta call Mata Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, we're back here at The Way We See It. Ralph Williams, Bill Canatta, and we had to take care of some bills here. So, and some spots. All right, Bill, let's get started with our key topics today. County Council lawsuit against former County Executive Rich Fitzgerald and Judge Kimberly Clark. I think this is foolish. I think the County Council should be ashamed of themselves. This is something that affects safety. All right, the safety of our citizens in this county. And if you resulted in what our blast was earlier in regards to kids last night at the Valero store, this is a classic example of why we need Schumann Center open. Okay, it's a classic example right there. Okay, and so therefore, I think that Delfoy is supposed to have the Schumann Center ready by the beginning of May. Okay, or around this month or coming up April, the beginning of May. They said they got a lot of electrical work they have to do on the facility, and they're flipping the bill for this. The county's not giving them anything. They're flipping the bill to fix this place up.
Gotcha.
All right, so the county has a 7-year, I think 5 or 7 year contract with Adelphoi, and now Bethany Hallam wants the contract torn up. She wants a lawsuit filed against Rich Fitzgerald and against the current county executive's office, and also against Judge Kimberly Clark, stating that what they did was wrong and they did not consult with county council. Now, according to the charter, that is the case, but Kimberly Clark said, and I don't know why this judge did this, but Kimberly Clark went and said, and I quote, that it says also in here, if there's a safety situation, you don't need county council's approval. This is a safety problem. Okay, if those of you out there who don't think that this is a safety problem, then there's something wrong with you. There really is. There's something seriously, seriously wrong with you. Okay. We need Schumann Center open to put these kids in jail. I'm sick and tired of seeing all this stuff that's going on here right now. And I'm tired of hearing it on the news. I'm tired of hearing it all around the community. I'm tired of the fact that these kids think this is a joke. And it's not a joke. Okay. And we need to stop making it a joke. Go ahead, Bill.
No, it's definitely. I mean, I agree with you 100%. They could do stuff, get away with it. They just get slapped on their wrist, and that's it.
Home detention.
Where the hell is home detention? Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. You know what? I'm gonna go rob Dunkin' Donuts, and I'll be on home detention. How's that?
Home detention. Yeah, and tear off the wrist, the anklet or whatever they call it.
Unreal.
Okay? And then show it on Facebook and laugh about it.
Yeah,
I think it's fun.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, because they don't have nowhere to.
Right, they don't know where to put them.
Exactly.
So and now Schumann Center's getting ready to open up. Supposedly they can hold about 20 kids, and by the end of the year, they'll be able to hold 62.
I mean,
So
I'm not
you know,
saying that this is a true solution to
this is
this,
not
but
the whole solution to the problem. No, no, not at all. It's
right,
not. And
but
I'm
maybe
for programs, but
right.
I'm not for keeping violent kids out of jail. I'm not
No,
for that at all. And you can
absolutely.
put them in any program you want; they're still going to do the same thing because it all boils down to parenting.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
Absolutely. I mean, like, I'm not saying this is going to be a solution, but maybe it might slow stuff down.
No, right?
You know,
Yeah. At least it'll slow it down.
yeah,
At least you're showing that you're serious about it, and that the
yes,
kids have to understand that we're not going to tolerate this, and it needs to be fixed.
right,
And if they pursue with that lawsuit, this judge, whoever this judge is, because nobody's revealing this judge's name, I guess for feeling for getting lynch mobbed or something, you know what I mean, or whatever, you know. But anyhow, they're not revealing this judge's name, and the judge says at the current last hearing that they had that she is going to let them move forward with this lawsuit. And then here's another thing too, folks, and I know a lot of you don't care because if you did, you'd do something about it, and you don't. And that is, this is a waste of taxpayers' money, spending money on legal fees and everything else to sue, legislature or whatever, sue, the county council, former county councilman or executive Rich Fitzgerald, who, you know what I mean? This was his going away present, getting his contract together, for Adelphoi and having them run Schumann Center. The county wants to run it. That's the whole problem. But if county council wants to run it, can the county want to run it so bad? Then where's their plan? Who's doing it?
exactly,
I want
exactly.
to know who's doing it. And
Mhm.
and I think Adelphoi is perfectly capable of doing it, and I think they should because I got a feeling if the county runs it, these kids are going to be out on the street doing what they were doing before. Because why?
Absolutely.
We have to put them in programs.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And them programs ain't nothing. I mean,
Right? No. There are people we know that do youth programs. I
right,
have, we have two friends. Luther. I know Luther does it, and so does Cornell.
right,
They do youth programs, and a
right.
few other. Our church does youth programs. It's great.
Yep.
But, it's supposed to keep kids out of trouble. But,
Well, well, that's if the kids want to do that and then to stay that way, if you know what I'm
or
saying.
listen,
Yeah, exactly.
pay
Exactly.
attention to it.
Exactly.
And that's, yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
parents need to start getting more involved. That's, all I
you,
hear is, "Well, I gotta work 3 jobs. I can't really get involved."
you said it right there. Right there. You
Yeah,
said it. You know,
yeah,
it's the thing, especially if the parents care. If the parents are worried about getting money and doing drugs and all that other stuff, well, then there's a different road. You know what I mean? But
yeah. You and
well,
I have been around a lot of stupid things that parents have done with kids. When I was in the Boy Scouts, used to see some of the stuff some of these parents with these kids.
absolutely.
I took a kid from summer camp, and he was up in our campsite, and he kept giving us a hard time. So my scoutmaster and I, because I was the chief assistant, scoutmaster, and we decided we were going to send him home. So I took him down to the phone, down to the main building at the camp to the phone. I said, "You call your mother, father. You tell them come get you." "Oh, you can't do that." I said, "Watch me." I said, "And I don't care if I'm here all night." I said, "You're going to call them. They're going to come and get you, and I'm going to put you in their car, and you're going home."
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
when the parents got there, they were angry. They were mad, and I don't blame them because I had to wake them up. They worked all day, and then
Sure.
they had to come up here and pick up the child because he's acting up. They worked all day. They're tired. They
Yep.
had to make the 2-hour trek to Indiana, PA, or Indiana County. So there we are, and I don't blame 'em for being angry. And
Absolutely.
I mean, when I was in the Boy Scouts, Bill, we had parents that were cooperative, but we had a few that just they dumped them just and thought we were babysitters,
Oh
and we're
yeah.
not.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
we're there to help boys grow, not to be babysitters. If
I
I
was
want to be
never.
a babysitter, I'd be a babysitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was never in any association like that when I was younger. But I
right.
do know about the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, and all that other stuff. I mean, if you want to be, and I think that's a good program to actually learn more stuff. They teach you a lot of stuff in there.
Yes, they do.
If
I
you
learned a
want,
lot with Boy Scouts. I learned a
exactly.
lot. You
But
know.
if you want to go ahead and adapt yourself to that, that's the only way that they're going to be connected to that and stay interested. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if you put somebody in there and they're not going to be interested in anything that the Boy Scouts have to offer,
Right. Well, it's not the Boy Scouts anymore, Bill. It's called scouting.
oh, Okay. Well, scouting.
Well, I'll tell you why. Okay, the Boy Scouts over the years have been sued. They got sued by the gay people. They
Oh,
got
okay.
sued by the lesbians. They or well, whatever that is, the LGBTQ, whatever that's called.
I
They got
understand.
sued a few times. They got sued by Women's Lib. I know that for a fact. And then they got sued because they didn't do background checks on their leaders, and some of the leaders and some of these troops around the country were molesting boys.
Okay.
Okay. So with all that, Boy Scouts are running out of money. Membership's down. Kids are not going there anymore. Parents don't want to send them there. So they decide to start taking girls in. So now they take girls, teenage girls in. They let women become scoutmasters, which before they never did. Okay. My scoutmaster wasn't against women. He just was against women in a campsite for a week with adolescent boys. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Women participated in our troop. They were on the committee. One lady handled events. Another lady handled different things, transportation, whatever. Parents helped out any way they could, and some of the men were the fathers were assistant scoutmasters, and they helped out in the committee. But
Okay.
my scoutmaster had a strict policy: no women in camp,
Oh,
except for the night of the visit when the parents go up to visit the child on Thursdays, and
gotcha.
they have a chicken dinner and you go up and you spend time in the campsite with your child and you walk around camp and all that. It's a family night. You know what I mean? You know,
Gotcha.
other than that, women were not allowed in our troops campsite because of that. Adolescent boys. Well, I went to the '85 and the '89 Scout Jamboree, and the Hawaiian contingent both years got kicked out. The Hawaiian contingent and one of the Colorado contingents got kicked out. You know why? Because there were women on staff that were having sex with those boys in the shower.
Oh my.
Hawaii was the worst. The Hawaiians were the worst. They would always get kicked out. And the two times I went, they got kicked out. So this is a prime example of why it's now called scouting. Okay.
Wow.
All right. They had to do that because they had to be very careful about how they word things and say things because every time you turn around, they were getting sued.
I understand. Yeah, I see that. I
You know?
didn't know all that was happening.
Yeah, it is. All right, let's move on here. Slippery Rock University having housing problems. All right, here's the thing. I blasted them earlier, as you know, in the show here. Why in the world would you have so you have a whole bunch of sophomores coming in this year, and you knew you were going to be overcrowded in the dorms, and they were having trouble getting housing inside the city of Slippery Rock. I guess rent's not that high, so I guess everybody grabs what they can at Slippery Rock in downtown or whatever. Okay, wherever the university is. All right. I think I was there once, and that was it. Yeah, no, I've been there a few times. I went through downtown a couple times.
Okay.
One time I had to deliver some luggage that got lost by the airline, and I took it to a student.
I
She lives
remember
in Slippery Rock. Yeah.
you were telling me something about that.
Yeah. So that's probably the last time I think I was there. And as far as like inside the city itself. But anyway, that Crestfield camp, that's in Slippery Rock. So, that we go to for our men's group thing or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
But anyhow, so Slippery Rock now doesn't have enough housing for these kids. And now they're trying to take dormitories and put 4 kids in them. And the kids are getting angry, calling the parents. The parents are getting mad because I paid for my kid to have a dorm room for themselves, and you're stuffing them in with other girls that they can't get along with. And the one girl said they're so stuffed in there, she can't even have peace and quiet. Can't have a boyfriend over. Can't, let's say you don't want to study with those girls.
Right.
Okay. All right. And stuff like that. Remember in The Sopranos when Meadow went to school and she had
Oh,
that
yeah.
psych roommate in the dorm? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, you never know. You might get somebody like that. I mean,
That's right.
that's and I don't blame these students for being angry. I'd be angry too. So
Absolutely.
I mean, what do you think?
To begin with, it's small to begin with, and then
Yeah.
you're paying for it, and then you can't even get any kind of quote peace and quiet because it's shared. But then if you're going to have 4 people in there, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Where the hell?
So
are
now
they
they
gonna
have, well, supposedly they're supposed to help them get housing within the city downtown. Supposedly, and I heard that they're buying hotels up. But see, that's not right, because suppose if you have to go to Slippery Rock, let's say I'm a visiting professor and I'm going to Slippery Rock and I need a room to stay in a hotel and I can't get one because the university bought them all out and you got kids staying in there. You know what I mean? You know, that happened to me during COVID.
Okay.
I told you about that.
Yep, that's right.
I was supposed to go see my father, and Rhonda and I were we were going to stay at a hotel across the river from Baltimore at Towson University. It was the Comfort Suites. I'm in Ocean City, Maryland, and I get a phone call. And I just got to Ocean City that night. I get a phone call. I said, "Can I help you, ma'am?" And she goes, "Yeah, this is the manager or the general manager at the Comfort Inn or Comfort Suites." And I said, "Can I?" Or no, it was actually the assistant manager, not the GM. And she goes, "I'm sorry, Mr. Williams, but we have to cancel out your reservation because Townsend bought all of our rooms because of COVID." And I said, well, fortunately for me, I didn't have to pay anything. I always get my room pay when I leave. I don't ever do it the other way, you know. So I says, all right, well, no harm, no foul. I says, I get it, but I says, shouldn't you have given me a better notice? And she said, well, I just got this notice from my general manager yesterday, and they're coming on Monday. And this was Friday when she called me.
Behind the eight ball, brother, always.
Yeah. So Slippery Rock is having this kind of a problem, and they're going to buy up hotel rooms. And there's somebody, like I said, maybe some guy's coming in to take a look at a farm or sell somebody farm equipment. They're staying at a hotel, and they can't get a room because of that. You know, that's not right for that person to have to travel 50 miles to go to the next hotel room or whatever, you know.
And that's what would happen. Who's going to be more pissed off than anything?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's move on to our next key topic, the Rivers Casino. We spoke about this on the last time, but we're going to talk about it some more. I feel that this is a miscarriage of justice, and I don't like it. Why would the state police and Rivers Casino go after a man who scooped up $5,000 off the floor because another person was dumb enough to put it in loose leaf in their pockets and drop the money on the floor?
That's sad. That's sad. I can't even.
Comments here, folks. I'm looking for comments or email. Email ralphwilliams737@gmail.com, mailbag. Or comment section right here, wide open. Tell us, do you think that's right, or do you think that's not right? What do you think? I think the state police are wrong and Rivers is greedy.
Yep, exactly. Agreed. And more ways than one, brother. More ways than one. Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Yep. That is, no, that's.
I find that very appalling, and I find that very, very, you know, it's something that's, you know, forget about it, you know. It's really sick. They're trying to find the man. They said they want to talk to him or file charges against him. So let's say I go to Rivers from now on, and somebody drops a quarter on the floor, and I pick that quarter up, I'm going to be charged with theft.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be charged with theft.
Don't pick anything off the ground, guys.
No, not at Rivers.
Yeah, right. Well, that's sad. Stupid.
Our next key topic, the eclipse. The eclipse is coming up. Everybody's making a big deal about it. I don't care about this eclipse. I could care less. Erie, on the other hand, you better get a room if you're going to Erie. And you better get a room if you're going to Ocean City, Maryland, because the eclipse comes up and they're out there to look at it. Look out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Erie said you better get a room to get it now. And I'm thinking people are going to be staying in Pittsburgh here and taking a 2-hour drive to Erie because they can't get a room. When
is this supposed to happen again?
April 8th. And schools are taking off. Here's something else I want to talk about. Schools are taking off for this. They're letting kids out early, or they're canceling school for the day or making them do work from home.
Why we used to go to school? It didn't matter if it was 24 hours.
Oh, never had none of that stuff. They didn't care if there was an earthquake going on. There was still school going on.
Oh, my gosh. Every time you turn around, somebody's always getting out of school.
Remember that time when that duck was in Pittsburgh on the river? They interviewed a bunch of parents. Oh, I took my kid out of school to come see the duck. I would have suspended that kid if I knew who that kid was. No, I'm serious.
To see the duck. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous.
You know what they would do now, Bill? They would close school down so everybody could go see the duck. if that duck was on the river again.
It's ridiculous. And everybody I know, everybody even before us, 20 foot of snow, they didn't give a damn.
That's right. You went to school. And if you walked to school, you walked to school.
Exactly. And all that snow and everything like that.
All that snow and everything, yeah.
It was ridiculous. My goodness, man.
I don't have a problem with the eclipse. I mean, it's a great thing. It makes money for Erie and all these other places we can go see it. Okay.
Yeah, right.
But I have a problem when you cancel school for it. I don't get this at all. You know what I mean? And nowadays, and here's the problem, Bill. They had a professor on that deals with children. He said kids are not getting enough education because the school districts are not giving it to them.
Geez, I wonder why.
And that's why, because you have them off for eclipse. But they're staying at home learning on their computers. Yeah, playing games. You know what I mean? They're not learning on their computer, you know?
I mean, you think about it. These kids today going in there, they got it. Listen, they got everything right there, brother. We had to read books. Some people still do. Don't get me wrong. Some people still do. But 95% of them are on the computer looking up, and they pass everything because the answers are given to them right there.
Them, yeah, exactly.
You didn't have to investigate. All you do is type it in, and all this stuff pops up.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is multiple choice anymore. It's no more fill in the blank.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And you can even sit there and guess. Multiple choice questions, you could stare at one of them answers and think, oh, you know what? I think that might be it.
Right.
And it's right. You know what I mean? You can't stare at that blank line. That blank line, you got to come up with an answer in your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, that's why I do more word searches than I do crossword puzzles, because I'm not real good with crossword puzzles. Because that's the kind of thing where you got to kind of think of words and put them in, I'm just not good with that.
I got
word searches. I love word searches. I mean, All right, number 4 of our key topics tonight. Or I'm sorry, number 5. The Yarmur Yager bobbleheads have been found. They were delivered in California. Somebody stole them. They picked these people up and arrested them in Florida. Not in Florida. I got Florida on my mind because of that Ron DeSantis goofball stuff. Remember that one night we did the show here and we had about 6 things in Florida that were stupid? Whatever. Oh my gosh. So anyway, they found them in Colorado and they're arriving here in Pittsburgh next week. And supposedly, the police got to look it over. They got to scrub for prints and all that bull. So they're finally going to make it here next week. And you can bring your certificate that they gave you at the game where they were supposed to have them. On April 6th or April 7th, okay? Or April 7th, you can go to, is it Cochran? Or one of them car dealers that are a body shop garage from 11 to 2 on the 7th and pick up your bobblehead if you don't want to go to the game. There you go.
80,000 bobbleheads or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I don't think people want to go to the game anymore the way the Penguins are playing.
Hey, I'm hearing. So I only went to one game when I was with that goofball that I was dating.
Yeah.
But otherwise than that, that was it. Yeah. I mean, it was pretty interesting, but I heard that they're.
They're terrible now. They're not as good as they used to be. Yeah, they're bad.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, they're bad.
They're bad.
On with the show.
Bad. Here, the report's on right now on the 7:30 news about the small pharmacies. They got Jessica Benham on. She's the woman who is the state representative around here, up there in Carrick or whatever. And she's involved. She's trying to get legislation passed to where that those EDMs or whatever I was telling you about earlier, they have to be fair. They can't, you know what I mean? Screw the small guy and give Rite Aid everything they want. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right, next. Do kids need something to do?
Oh.
Well, they interviewed some guy who saw this fight that I was talking about, and I blasted these kids for doing it at Valero last night. And they interviewed this guy, and he goes, you know what? Kids are doing this because they need something to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have nothing to do. Yeah, they have nothing to do at all. Mm-hmm. Nothing.
Yeah, there's parks there, and stuff like that. And, but they claim they have nothing to do. So, you're right, they don't, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if they have anything to do or not.
All these games,
communities or nothing. I don't know.
All these platforms, all these PC games and everything, and they have nothing to do.
Right. Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. And instead of turning old school buildings into apartments, why don't you turn them into community centers where kids can go and they can watch movies and swim in a pool and shoot pool, learn some different things. You know what I mean?
That's
You
too
know.
easy, brother. That's too
Oh,
easy.
that's too easy. Yeah, that's too easy. Yeah. Yeah. We got to make the real estate companies money. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
307, our next key topic, 307 small pharmacies all across the country have gone out of business because of this goofy stuff. 30 in Pennsylvania and 19 in Western Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Okay. And they're all going out of business because of this ED or this EDM thing or whatever it's called. All right. It's
Uh,
terrible. It's really disgusting. I hope they don't, because my small pharmacy is right across the street from my building. I can go over there. They know me by my name. They don't screw up my scripts. They don't, you know what I mean, have somebody that's just come out of school working in there. You know what I mean?
yep.
Everybody that's in there has 20, 30 years experience. I don't need, they have what I need. I can use my medical card in there that I use to buy medical supplies. Instead of going to Giant Eagle or Walmart and paying more money, I can go over there and get them. And
Yep.
it's convenience for me. If they close up, I gotta go drive somewhere to go get something.
I just hear they say that. Yeah. Where
Yeah,
would you go?
it's terrible. It's disgusting. And I think that more people who are doing this now, most of the people that are elderly, and some people like myself who took their scripts out of Giant Eagle because Giant Eagle kept messing them up.
Oh,
Okay, and that's why I go with the small pharmacy. I like it. It's neighborhood. People are nice, experience.
yeah.
They don't just hire somebody out of no, not high school, but out of the drug school or whatever pharmaceutical, whatever they call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Walgreens does.
Every time
So
you go in, there's somebody different.
yeah, exactly. That's why I quit dealing with Walgreens.
Every
All right,
time.
Bill. Let's talk about the driving today. What's going on with the drivers out there today? Same old stupid stuff, and I'll tell you my story.
Same old stupid stuff, brother. I mean, I just learned to, get on the road and just eat up. These people are just absolutely stupid. I mean, and I'll give you just a prime example, and then we'll get to hear yours. When you're driving down on, it was Route 8. I was driving down on Route 8, and to where on 28 you can get off the Highland Park Bridge to get on the Route 8 and go that way. So
Right.
I was in the right hand lane, get ready to get off Route 8. This stupid idiot come fly. I mean, zips. I seen the guy or the woman. I don't even remember who it was. Zips out, going in and out of cars, and then finally, I was getting off at the Route 8 exit there to go on Route 8 on from 28, and this idiot from the fast lane cuts everybody off. 2 lanes of traffic and cuts me off, and then it almost hits me.
Wow. Whoa.
So, yeah, exactly. I mean, it was just like out of the movie. You didn't expect it. You seen him zipping in and out of traffic until that last point cuts all the way over. That would have been a several car accident, especially on 28, getting off on 28 to Route 8. That was ridiculous. I mean, you realize what that could have been?
Well, yeah. Oh, man, that's terrible. I mean, that's bad. You know what? I'll tell you 2 stories today. Here's a good one. We're going out to South Hills. I had to take Rhonda out there to go get for physical therapy today.
Okay.
And it's out by South Hills Village. So we're going out 19 up West Liberty Avenue straight up. This car and this white truck's coming up, and the car's coming out of the driveway. Probably on a phone, didn't pay no attention, came this close to smacking right into that truck. And you know what? If I didn't keep a cushion from that truck, I probably would have been involved in that accident if there was one.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was that close to being an accident. The woman almost hit that white truck. It was a white box truck, and it was a woman in the car. She almost hit this truck because she was on the phone, and she was trying to come out of a driveway, and instead of paying attention to what was going on, she was trying almost. Then we're at Wendy's, and I'm trying to pull out of Wendy's, right? And this car comes from the opposite direction, boxes me out, goes up to turn. You know how you have the arrow lanes to go right or left? You know what I'm talking about? The middle of the road. So anyhow, she goes all the way up the middle of the road and then speeds up West Liberty Avenue and almost hits me. And then here's another one. I'm trying to pull out, and I wasn't even near this car. A car comes by and beeps at me. So I beep back. I wasn't even that far out of the driveway for them to even beep at me. They had plenty of room. Why would you beep at me? You
These
know,
people, man, I tell you what,
it's
they need,
ridiculous out here, Bill. It's
they need,
ridiculous.
they need to stay home and play around with ceramics or something. Do something.
No, I tell you, a good hobby. A lot of people need. Go buy birdhouses and paint them. Sit at home. Remember the movie Easy Money? He says, "I'm
Yes.
making a Messerschmitt." He says, "I
Yes.
need something to do. I'm making a Messerschmitt." Well, they need to be making Messerschmitts.
That's what they need. That's right. Absolutely. He'd be in the
There's
kitchen.
people in my building here that need to be doing that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
we
Absolutely.
got this elderly couple. They walk back and forth from their house every single day, no matter what the weather looks like. They go down to Dollar General 6-7 times a day.
Wow.
And I said one time, I'm going to go buy that guy a birdhouse. Maybe he could sit at home and paint a birdhouse.
6 or
Because
7 times a day. What the hell
yeah,
are they doing? What is going on?
I don't know. I don't know. And I think they don't get along because it seems like they walked at different times.
Oh,
You know, like she'll walk
oh.
out and then he'll come out. Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
they're forgetful or something.
Huh?
Maybe they're forgetful.
I have no clue. I don't know. Can't say. I don't know. Do not
Anyway.
know.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot. That's a lot.
It is. It is a lot. You're right. You're exactly right. It is. Somebody trying to call me here? I hear some kind of a noise. No, that's not it. But I got to tell you, though, that lady who burned that house down today up in the Palms, man, you should have heard the sirens out here today. That was up in Arlington. And you
My
could
goodness.
smell the fire, too.
I'm
Oh, my
sure.
God. Yeah.
We were
Oh, my. We smelled the burning, you know, and I was like, oh, my gosh. And then I heard all these sirens and the police and the fire. I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So. Yeah, and then I turned on my trusty scanner and found out there was a fire at Rennie and Spring, right up in Arlington.
So was it a house or was it an apartment?
It was a house, and the lady burned. It was so bad it carried over and burned the other house down.
Oh.
And get this: 2 dogs were in the house. One dog didn't survive. The other one ran, and it was a bad dog. It didn't get along with people. Would bite people. So
Oh
they
my.
called in animal control. And then one of the officers was able to use, I guess they have a hook stick or something. He was able to get to hook the dog or whatever. And then he said, you know, you can call animal control, tell them to meet me here. I got the dog. So, you know, yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, I don't know why she was burning palms in her house. I mean, I wouldn't do it in my house. You know what I mean? I
Who
wouldn't burn
knows?
palms at all. Why would you even be burning palms?
I
You
have
know?
no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Maybe people out there can throw some comments the way and see if they have any. Because
Yeah.
that just sounds like.
Yeah, I want to know why. I want to know why the state police have jurisdiction to try to charge somebody for stealing money that they found on the floor of a casino. I can't believe that's called stealing.
That I have no idea. That's another thing too. That's just unbelievably stupid.
We're looking for comments or respond to the mailbag, ralphwilliams737@gmail.com. And we'll put your comment right here on the air.
That's crazy.
You know.
I never heard that. That's absolutely ridiculous. I never heard of that.
Yeah. Here we go. Bill, the mailbag here. This is Rodney. Rodney is from Homewood section of Pittsburgh. He said, Ralph, he says, you're right. That's disgusting. Why would you charge a guy for that? That money is free money.
Yeah.
Once you drop it out of your pocket, that's free money. Thank you for the comment, and Rodney.
Yeah, Rodney, thanks. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, there is no logical explanation for that at all. That's like if you're out on the street and you find $1,000 somebody dropped out on the street. So what? And depending on where you're at, what's the city going to do? The city or the borough? They're going to charge you with stealing?
Oh yeah, charge you with theft. Yeah.
That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Nobody's there are some honest people out there that would pick that money up and say, hey, look, somebody dropped this.
Right.
But there are people, most people would take it and just go and walk away with it and leave.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
You know, that's like if somebody, you know, if you get extremely drunk and you drop your wallet out on the street, what? I can't, someone picks your wallet up. What? That's theft?
Yeah.
Unless they use your credit cards, that's theft.
Well,
Otherwise.
yeah, it's a different story there. But yeah.
But that's not theft.
No.
You dropped your wallet. You should have watched your wallet. You know?
Absolutely. Especially if you're
All
drunk.
right. Any final comments, Bill, before we wrap it up?
No, I mean, just you guys be safe out there. Always have a great week, and you know, always thank you guys for you know, joining the show and listening to the show, watching the show. We definitely appreciate it. You guys out there be safe, and
don't forget about tomorrow afternoon, 4 to 6 p.m. Sports Corner Radio Show. Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier. Our guest will be Leo Haggerty from Tampa. He will be talking about the Buccaneers. Hey, Bill, how come Tom Brady left Tampa Bay? You know why? Because Corn was a Buccaneer. Corn was a Buccaneer. You get it?
Hey, tell the boys I said hello, please.
I will do that. So
Yeah, tell the boys I said hello.
yeah. So anyway, we have Leo Haggerty to talk about Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kevin Kinder will be on to talk about West Virginia sports, and then from West Virginia University, he'll talk about sports there. And then I have Keith Engel from TGI Sports Network, who rated us #1 in Western Pennsylvania for sports talk radio. Will be joining us at 5, and then at 5:30 we have our wrestling segment. So, getting ready for WrestleMania 40 in Philly, Billy.
Alrighty, hey,
Philly, Billy. Go there for a cheesesteak. Check out the Liberty Bell.
I'm not a big fan, but I mean, hey, everybody get out there and get wrestling, man. My daughter, she likes that stuff. So.
Stop at Holt's Cigar for you. There you go.
There you go. Hey, I'm going to. Yeah, go down to Philly.
Factory and all that's in Philly. So.
I know we was going to make a trip down there, but we never made it.
Yeah, we never made it. I had to stop smoking them, so we never made it.
Maybe once in a while.
Someday, maybe we'll go down there and get just for the, what's in giggles.
No, but yeah, and not one or two ain't gonna hurt you, brother. Not like you were. I mean,
yeah, it was crazy. I want to get back into it slowly,
just one or two, man.
I don't want to. Yeah, nothing, dude.
You see me a couple weeks ago. I had one. And it's just a habit now. Just a little.
Yeah. Get like 6 cigars. And that's it. And it takes about a year to finish them off or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you had a ton of them, brother. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, you did. You went absolutely AWOL.
I was in the poorhouse, man. I had all them cigars and humidors.
And now humidors all over the place. Holy hell. I mean, I come in there was 4 or 5 humidors. My goodness. Yeah. But anyway, brother. I mean,
cigars everywhere.
One or two, every once in a while. Just a casual. I
was a cigar hoarder.
Oh yeah. Folks, let me tell you, when he says that, he doesn't mean that lightly. That's the truth.
I was a cigar hoarder, man.
Man,
I had discount club memberships in all the magazines.
It was so bad. Smoker Friendly, when they ran low on their stock, they bought them off of him.
Yeah, they bought them off of me. Yeah, I'll tell you what the worst one was. Remember when I was in Raleigh to handle my aunt's affairs?
Yes.
And I had to have you send me cigars down because the cigar. I told you the Smoker Friendly diner was more concerned about selling vape stuff than they were about cigars.
Yeah.
My sister got her vape stuff. But I didn't get it. I didn't get any cigars out of there. It was horrible.
I remember that.
The only thing they had was their brand, and that was it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Something else.
Yeah. It's been something else. But hey, folks, thanks so much again for watching.
You had to send me all them cigars in a box. I said, please send me some cigars down there. It's terrible. There's not the one cigar place downtown was supposed to be open. It was closed. I was like, oh my gosh. Closed for remodeling.
And they stayed closed for remodeling.
Stay closed for remodeling, yeah. Yeah, they saw me coming, man. They knew I was coming. They didn't want to lose all their inventory, so they put closed for remodeling.
Well, I tell you, man, that's something else. Man.
That's a friend of mine. I told you him and his sons out of the country buffet. They ate so much food and had food fights that the manager threw them out, right? So get this. He put their pictures up on the wall, okay, in the front. When you first come in to pay, and he told his employees, if I see these people in here, you're fired. They are not allowed in this restaurant.
Oh my God.
And then my same friend went to go eat at the China Buffet over there on Noblestown Road, China Buffet King. And he goes in there and he had 8 plates stacked up. The owner came up and whispered in his ear, haven't you had enough?
Folks, give us something better too. Like, what's the difference of all you can eat? That's exactly what means all you can eat. So,
yeah. There was a guy sued a restaurant because he got kicked out for eating too much. He sued a restaurant.
Jeez,
it was a Chinese place. It's all you can eat.
Unreal.
Last year, this was funny. Although it wasn't funny because for the reason we were in Youngstown, that.
Yeah,
but we had a few laughs. there was this place. It was a Chinese restaurant. It was in a strip mall right by our hotel, and it was called Happy Buffet. And the appearance of the place, dingy drapes and all that. Look, my mom goes like this. She says, we ain't eating in there." I go, "Why?" She says, "It don't look like a happy place." It says Happy Buffet. Happy.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
And I got to tell you, Bill, I didn't see too many people going in or out of that place.
It
So
didn't look
something's
happy.
up with the Happy Buffet.
Yeah, absolutely.
When she said, "Oh, we ain't eating in there. It don't look happy." The drapes were dingy looking. I mean,
Mom,
almost like a bar rescue thing, dusty drapes and, oh my God.
I can't even imagine. Mom, when she says that, oh gosh, that's crazy stuff, man.
She said, "I hope we're not eating in there." She said, "That don't look happy." I said, well, we had to laugh. We had to laugh somehow, considering the fact of why we were down there.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
And Youngstown's one of those depressing cities. So
no, I got you. No, I got you, brother.
Yeah.
No doubt.
There's not too many reasons to want to go to Youngstown.
I don't really have any reason to go to Youngstown.
Well, you know what? Every city I hit that I'm at, for some reason or another, I always go to or try to go to one of John Taffer's bars that he rescued.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to make the two that he rescued in Youngstown. We didn't get to make it.
Gotcha.
Because we got, we were so tired from being at the hospital all day. It was just, it was brutalizing,
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. But yeah.
We found this one Chinese restaurant that delivered. They had good food. It was called or what was it? The Dragon Inn or something. Yeah. Yeah, their food was good. But Happy Buffet didn't look too happy.
Yeah, I can hear my too. I could just hear.
Remember that Chinese buffet? And I think it's still there. It's on Forbes Avenue in Oakland. The one that was right in between Atwood and Oakland Avenue, or Atwood and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, 4 of my friends from Yellow Cab, including my one friend, the one that keeps getting kicked out of buffets or whatever, for eating too much or whatever you want to call it. But it was him. And I think you remember my one friend, Bill, that passed. He had leukemia. I drove a cab with him. His name was Rambo. Yeah. Well, he went in there with this other guy, and 2 big, tall guys that are about 6'5", weigh about 400 pounds, all went in there to eat. All right. So they went to go back to eat again. And the cook and the owner come out, and he had one of them big cast iron frying pans in his hand. And he come running out, and he goes, "You get out of here. You no eat in here. I call police." He said, "Get out of here. Last time you ate here, you cost me money. Get out of here." Oh, he kicked him out. He told him to leave. He said, "Leave, get out." He come out with one of them big cast iron frying pans, Bill. You know what I mean? Because they all told me what happened. They say he come out, he's screaming at them, "You no eat in here no more."
How disgusting is that, though? You got an all-you-can-eat place, and you're going to come after people.
Well, they ate a lot. I guess they must all piled up, ate 10 plates of food. But I mean, so what?
I mean, all you can eat.
I worked at Golden Corral, and we had these 2 women. They would come in every day at 11 o'clock because I used to work morning. I used to work morning to evening. I would work 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. because the buffet would close at 8, and we would open at 8 and have breakfast. I'd do breakfast, the lunch, and a dinner crowd on some Saturdays and Sundays. They would sit there. These 2 ladies, they'd show up in Access 11 o'clock in the morning. They would sit there. They weighed about 600 pounds each. They would sit there and they would just eat and eat and eat. And we'd have to bust their tables, plates stacked up on the table, drink cups stacked up.
Oh man!
And you'd serve them their drinks and everything, no tip.
I'm coming. Oh my god!
And leave when the restaurant closes.
I never did all that for sure. With that cheese.
Oh man, you and I used to be able to polish food off, but not like that.
Oh yeah, geez, oh man, from morning to close, jeez.
Yeah, morning to close. We opened. They came at 11 o'clock. We opened at 8. They came at 11 for lunch. They didn't come in. They never came in for breakfast. And these 2 ladies would sit there all day long, and they would drink and eat, and plates stacked up. Like there had to be at least 20 plates on the table stacked up. And then when they left, because of them sitting there for so long, and they weigh 600 pounds and probably didn't bathe, or whatever, stink, we would have to take the chairs and disinfect them and take the table and disinfect it.
Gosh.
After they ate there.
God, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I know I'm coming.
Golden Corral lost money on that one. Hey, I'll let you wrap up because of the dog, and we're going to get going and get off there.
She's right here. She's telling me so.
All right.
Absolutely.
So until next week, everybody, this has been another edition of The Way We See It. I'm Ralph Williams, Bill Canatta with Coco, and we'll talk to you again next week. Have a great week. Thanks.
All right. Have a good one, guys. See ya.
All right. All right. That was Bill Canatta, my co-host there. I had to take care of his dog, Coco. I'm Ralph Williams. We're here every Sunday or Monday, excuse me, at 7 p.m. Here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter X platforms. Later on, I'm going to be coming on with a sports capsule. Steelers made some moves today, signed a few players, and also don't forget the Pirates have released their roster for the year. Some guys are coming up, others aren't. I'll tell you who is not. Okay, going to be part of the regular season at this moment roster. Penguins lose again. Riverhounds lost over the weekend. Duquesne got blown out by Illinois. I'll tell you about all that coming up later on Sports Capsule. I was supposed to do it earlier this afternoon. I had a rough day today. My phone kept ringing all day long. People, this, that, and whatever stuff for the radio show. Just a big, massive day. And by the time I got home here, I had a headache and I needed to get something to eat, and I had to take my diabetes pills and all that other stuff. So by the time I got organized and it was time for this show, and then on top of that, I'm here now, and probably in the next hour or so, I'll be doing the sports capsule, and I'll be telling you what the Steelers did today, Pirates, the whole 9 yards right here on RW Media Productions. Don't forget our new website will be coming up soon. I'll tell you when that's going to happen. Stay here on our platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ralph Williams, RW Media. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out all my shows on there as well. And as soon as the new website comes up, you'll be able to check all my shows out on my website. Okay. For Bill Canatta, I'm Ralph Williams. Have a great one. Don't forget tomorrow night, 4 to 6 p.m., Beaver County Radio, 99.3 FM, 1230 on the AM dial. Myself, Smoke, and Jim Frazier Sports Corner Radio Show. And we have a great guest list for tomorrow. Also, our final segment was brought to you by Sleep Pittsburgh, 412-462-7858. Call Sleep Pittsburgh today, 8th Avenue, Homestead. Also, sleeppittsburgh.com, no credit check financing. You want the best sleep, get the best selection, Sleep Pittsburgh. Call them today, 412-462-7858. Sleep Pittsburgh. All right. Once again, have a great one. Thank you.